Hey everyone, I'm Ryan, and this is Chill Games. I wanted to start a platform where it's all about chill time, playing your favorite games. This series will be focusing on Planet Zoo, focus on the Arctic Pack DLC. Alright, let's play. So I first thought about getting into the Arctic zone because I feel like I tried the South American pack and all the other regular stuff, and I'm like, I want to see what the Arctic zone is about. And I like all the animals, so I went on Google and found a random zoo name, and it just gave me the Ice Manor Reserve, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good name. So I just randomly just chose it. So let's start building some stuff. I wanted a big zoo with all the Arctic animals from the Arctic pack, and also trying to get some animals that aren't Arctic animals but are just in the regular game that can live in the cold weather. So I started just building some path, and I like everything sort of organized but hidden. And the Arctic pack is very the the products, the housing, the all of the flooring and everything, all the paths, all the staff facilities is pretty expensive. So I found myself not getting a lot of money. So I went ahead and started designing, putting everything down really fast. Definitely wanted everything connected as well. And then I started building my first part of the first habitat. I think over here I'm going to put some Arctic wolves. I think in the game I got timber wolves because I couldn't get them at first, but then I ended up getting the Arctic wolves. So this is a little platform right here. Start building to get where people will go, and then I started up with the first habitat. I don't think the first one came out really good because I was really pressed for time and just trying to build it and be as fast as possible so I can open up. So the first habitat didn't come out that well. And I don't know about anyone else who plays this game. I've never used the hedge paths, not paths, barriers, sorry, before, and I was like, it actually looks nice in this, and because of the snow, it gives it a nice white color, and I didn't want to use wood everywhere. And I thought it went really nice with all the pine trees and stuff. So I think throughout this series, for barriers, I keep saying paths. For barriers, I'm gonna keep on using the hedges because I really like the way it looks and it closes everything off. Obviously, for habitats, I won't be using that. I'm just gonna use glass or wood or cage or whatever. We'll see what happens. I could have used one-sided glass here, but I think I just went with the regular glass because and I'll probably change it, but I like the way it looks. I wanted the paths to come out on the side over here and away from everyone, and I wanted everything to be kind of cleaned up and stuff. So I think that's why I put it on the side over here all at the end. I had some problems connecting it in the beginning, but then I just had to kind of do this curve because I wanted it to go straight, but I don't know because I was really close to the little, you know, landscape over here. Maybe it didn't allow me to do that, so I had to kind of have it curved. But it's away from everything, so it didn't like have like a big problem doing that. I did have a problem though with creating the regular paths and also like the square gridded paths. It was hard putting them together. I tried, like, I wanted everything like in the middle, in the sides, but then I think I just ended up having everything in the middle. This is where I went and I started, so I ran low on cash here, and then I had to take out a loan. So that was crazy because I just was not paying attention to the cash. And yeah, so I'm definitely going to have to pay that back. So that put me sort of on more pressure to like get the zoo open to start making money, knowing that I have all this cash. As I said before, the first habitat did not come out good. I just kind of made it real fast. I got some Arctic wolves and I just made it really fast because I was like, oh gosh, I have no money and I don't want to spend too much of the loan, you know, just creating stuff. So I didn't find any good ones, but I was like, they'll do because they were cheap and I can get them just to have the new habitats open, you know. I debated on like putting this, but I like the theme of that shelter right there. I debated here, but then I was like, I kind of like it. So I ended up using it and just kind of curved it to the side so everything can be. But I'm definitely, as I keep saying, I'm going to change this as soon as I get a chance. It was just like a quick, random, like basic thing. And it really, I don't know if you've played like in numerous ways, but it really, you have to change your technique because of the snow and the way it is. It's harder to build certain things because everything's covered up. Like you can't put a lot of plants, you can't put a lot of certain things. So you have to kind of adjust your thinking in this. And I tried to filter everything by Arctic Pack or by wherever in Antarctica. I think I created like a cluster of like trees here. I may change it, I may keep it, but I like this sort of pine tree kind of clustered look. You know, I don't want it to just be all exhibits. I want it to be open and where you can be looking at scenery as well as the animals. With this little star thing, it came out really nice, but it was still a little wonky on top, but you couldn't tell. I was trying to create, I saw in one of the photos that there was like a way to connect all the lights together with the trees, but I was just keep thinking like, oh shit, I took a loan out, so I need to not do that. So I think I just put lights in instead. And putting these lights down, I don't know how many people do this, but putting these lights down in the flooring gives it such a great look, especially on the under any kind of plants or trees or something. It like makes the light kind of brighter, and it's hidden away, which I like that sort of clean look. I hate having a whole bunch of cluster of lights. It just looks really weird. So I like hiding everything and just brightening up the area. So that's sort of one thing I always do in the habitats, around the trees, around the areas, to help brighten everything up. The bathroom over here. Another thing on this side, I just put like some shops in. I put in place to eat, place to drink, and information. I went ahead and added some ATMs. I think not a lot of people do this because I've seen in other tutorials, but I think it's really good because people definitely are inclined to like go to the ATMs to get money, and you can always charge like $1 or $2 to make some extra cash from that too. And of course, your main source of money is those donation bins. I changed it to like an Arctic white color, and then I just copy and sort of paste all of them together, so they're very, very consistent with the colors and stuff. Here we go with the hedge barriers, covering up the staff area over here, and of course I went ahead and added like plants and stuff, just to kind of have this area closed off from any kind of people. This is where I started creating the habitat for the doll sheep, and I really like the way this habitat came out. I started with glass because I like the way it curves on the edge, and if you're using the wood barriers, you cannot curve them. It's only straight, and I like the curved edge. So at the end, what I did was I just selected all of the glass, and then I just changed it to wood, and it keeps the rounded edges. Quick tip for you right there. So I think a lot of this I cut down too, so it's a little faster. So still building the doll sheep habitat over here. And I think it's really nice to add some nice rocks and stuff. I really went out on this one. The Arctic Wolf one I'm definitely going to redo. It's really basic. This one I started building it and adding rocks and plants and stuff, and it really came out nice the way I like it. And again, if you are doing the Arctic pack and you are in Antarctica or any area, continent that has a lot of snow, be sure to have that in consideration too, because it really, like, when you are building in the actual area, it's sometimes you have a vision for something and then it doesn't come out the way you want. So especially with like the colors or different trees or whatever, there's not a lot of it shows. But it came out really nice, I thought. This is where I started to add a lot of like plants and stuff. And as you see, like, it all blends in with the floor. But you could kind of tell that they're plants, right? A few bushes on the side. I think these little bushes give any area such great like diversity in the way it looks, and it really adds to the zoo as well, in terms of making it look good and appealing, and also the animals like it, so that's always good. I think I just skipped over to just finishing up and doing all the final touches and stuff on everything. And these little pine trees came out really nice on it. And you know, I'm still new to the game, so I'm still learning some of the controls and stuff, and I'm a bit slow with certain things because it takes time for you to learn, but I really like it so far, and you know, you learn in no time. It's not a hard game at all. And this is what I was telling you about earlier. This is where I went in with the glass on the barriers and then selected wood, and there you go, wham! You got the entire curves and stuff in wood, and I think it looks really nice on here. I think I'm probably gonna keep most habitats wood, but don't hold me to that. I could change my mind depending, because you know, sometimes in the moment when you're being creative, you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, or this looks good, or whatever you're working. Because I don't have any sort of detailed idea. I just kind of go with the flow, and just whatever I'm feeling in the moment or want to create, I just do that. So I think it came out really nice, and this is where the doll sheeps will be. So like, I think they'll like it. I'm definitely going to be using these shelters that came with the Arctic pack. Everything is expensive in the game for the Arctic pack, but I don't mind it. I know I'm a little technically broke in the game because I'm not open and I'm on alone, but hopefully we'll be able to make some money and recover and be back on a normal path. So I think I just went in here and just finished up the habitat, and then I started going in to look for the tall sheeps in the exhibit area, the animal market I mean. So I got some sheep over here. I found one good one, but a lot of the good ones, they don't have really good immune genes. So I had to settle a little bit because there's not a lot of them that were pretty okay, and like I had some conservation points from playing previous games. So I just used some of those to get him just for now, and then we'll figure out. I'm still pressed for time in terms of like getting everything, getting the zoo open, hiring staff. This is me putting everything in the proper work zone, workers, everything, so we can get this zoo opened up and start making some money. Over here I started hiring some staff and stuff, get the zoo ready to be opened. You know, you need one of everything, vendors, vet, so I think I just hired everyone and put them all in the same place, and then I assigned them to the work zone 1. I know my Arctic zoo looks kind of basic. So I think I put the animals here, put in my Arctic wolves, and then the other one I put in my sheep over there. Had everything ready to go, so once we were open, we were open. Alright, so here I think I just added some basic stuff, your electricity, getting your last minute like adjustments in and stuff. I had some problem with the flooring, but it worked out fine. It was a little crooked, but it worked out. And just getting little things together, and we opened up and we're ready to go. Forgot to add that to the work zone, so I had to do that. And just make sure everything, you know, make sure these little things always count. Make sure everything is good. And then we are set, and there is the people. Welcome, people, to our wonderful little zoo. Please donate. And please buy from the drinks. So we'll see. Added some hedges here. Cover everything up. So I did these first videos in different parts. So this is part 1. I think I'm going to end here. If you're liking the videos so far and you think you want to stay with the series, please don't forget to subscribe and add me. Thank you so much for watching.